donut chocolate brownies. And we start wonderfully with chocolate. 225 grams of 70% cocoa solids. So this is what I have here. Himself says it says fair trade, but I say it says fair play, because it means that the farmers get the money instead of some nasty big corporation. So yeah, so into a bowl we're going to melt it. You can chop it, or if it comes, sometimes the squares or the rectangles come nice and small, so that makes it easier. We're going to melt this over a saucepan of simmering water. Chocolate is very, very difficult to melt. Well, it's not difficult to melt, it's easy to get it wrong. It's easy to burn it or to upset it. Don't get any water in it at all. And never push the chocolate directly into a pan on the hob. You have to do it over the water, but don't even have the bottom of the bowl in the water. We are also adding 225 grams of butter. Okay, 226 grams of butter, we can live with that. Now, do you see? So that's how you'd melt chocolate if you were just doing chocolate, but for the chocolate and butter, it's the same technique. So you see, there's only a small amount of water in the pan. So you don't want the bottom of the bowl to be touching the water, because the chocolate gets very upset. So meanwhile, come over here to me. What's next? Right, we need 2 eggs and 2 egg yolks. Now, I never said I was a dab hand at techniques or anything. Now, you know, I'm very bad at breaking eggs. Now, this is the bowl of shame. This is where the egg whites go. It's sort of a limbo for egg whites. So, right, I'm going to break the egg and let the white flow in, come see. And when all the white is gone, put the yolk in there. Now, what I have here is 2 egg whites. Now, I could use this, I could, you know, whiz up a meringue later on, or that sort of thing. But I won't. I'm going to put it in the fridge now, in the bowl of shame, and it'll stay in the fridge for about, I don't know, 3 days. And every time I open the fridge, I'll see it, and I'll think, oh, Jesus, the shame, I should be doing something with it. And then at the end of 3 days, I'll run in and I'll grab this out of the fridge and I'll empty the egg whites into the bin, and then I'll just pretend that it never happened. I'm just going to heat the oven now to 160, which is quite low, but it is low for brownies. Soft light brown sugar, and it's 200 grams. So on with the beautiful digital scales in a perfect shade of lime green. Now, I have this lovely machine, maybe not everybody does, and I'm sorry, but it does make life very easy. So I'm going to whisk these together and it'll go sort of caramelly. So brace yourself for noise. So just take a look over here. The chocolate is melting away there, the butter's taking a bit longer. So just give it a stir with your purple spatula, but you can't rush it. You'll upset it, and then it seizes. Chocolate does this thing called seizing, and it just refuses to budge then, and it's sort of half melted, half not melted, just seizes. So yeah, be patient with it. Meanwhile, I have to chop 100 grams of Brazil nuts, and I hate doing that sort of thing. I find it very hard and very boring. I normally get himself to do it, but as himself is filming, hello, I have to do it myself today. And it's very annoying because the recipe says chopped quite small, and I wrote the recipe, and I'm very sorry now that I didn't say chopped mediumly. Right, we'll call that done. 10 hours later. Right, just going to move these out of the way for a minute, up here nearer to you, and my knife. Now, come over here and take a look. I want to show you what the chocolate is looking like now. See, it's nearly all completely melted. You can still see a couple of islands of chocolate, or maybe it's butter floating around in there, but you see, we're getting there. But you can't hurry it. Chocolate is a diva, and actually dark chocolate is the best. White chocolate is the worst for throwing tantrums and for just refusing. I'm not going to work with you, darling, it says. You have to be really, really careful with white chocolate. Would you say that's melted? Yeah. I'm going to add it in here to me lovely mixed eggs and sugar and all, and yolks. Come see. Now, we're going to mix these together, but not for very much, because it can sort of coagulate on you if you overmix it. So just tiny amount. Sorry for the noise. Right, we call that mixed, you know. But come here, can I have my Nigella moment? Can I be sexy for a minute? So I'll just try this and see how it tastes. Am I sexy? Right, what's next? Okay, we are going to sieve in flour, baking powder and salt. Half a teaspoon of baking powder. Call that half a teaspoon. Just ordinary, you know, salt. And we're sieving to get all the lumps out and also to get a little bit of air in. Then we put in our laboriously chopped Brazil nuts. Now back into the mixer. Low speed. Okay, don't overmix. Okay, out she comes. Now, the lovely tin for this, wait till you see. It's not a tin, it's a silicone tin, which means no greasing, no lining. But it doesn't need to be put on a baking tray, because if it didn't, then it would go like this and it'd spill all your lovely stuff everywhere. Right, and in it goes. Okay, so the spatula will get almost everything out. See, it's nearly all out. And then use the spatula to kind of smooth it all out, get it into all the corners. Very soothing, this. You know, I could spend hours just flattening brownies. Into the oven it goes. For 20 minutes, that's all. And when it comes out, you know, there isn't any point doing your skewer test or anything like that in it, because it's going to be quite runny and you're going to have to leave it to cool down and then put it in the fridge to set. Brownies are not like normal cakes. We are in strange, uncharted territory. So, yeah, in the fridge for at least a couple of hours. Okay, the 20 minutes are up, so I'm going to take the brownie out of the oven now. See, there we are. Doesn't that look fantastic? Now, it is very, very wobbly still, and it will remain so for a while. So I'm going to let it cool for maybe, I don't know, half an hour or so on a wire rack, and then I'm going to stick it in the fridge for 2.5 to 3 hours, and then it'll be cuttable and delicious. Okay, so here's our brownie back again, and it's been in the fridge for about 3 hours, so it's good and set, so it should be safe to cut it without it running all over the place. Now I am going to try to peel off my beautiful silicone tin, which is not a tin, like so, do you see? And hopefully it'll come without taking half of the brownie with it. Now it can be cut, and you can cut it into 16s, so you see you can go quarters, or you can cut it into 9ths, but that's better because people get more when it's in 9ths. This is so yummy, I swear to God. So there they are. I'm going to put them on a plate for when people come over later to eat them. Lucky people.
Marian,
yes, and they do.
it's delicious.
They
Oh, it's
said
so good.